So as of now, 95% of people are using AI on YouTube completely wrong. And it's the difference between making $200 a month to up to $20,000 a month and beyond. So in today's video, I'm going to unveil the curtain and share with you exactly how you should be using AI to actually scale the business effectively instead of getting caught in the masses doing the complete wrong thing, which is withholding you from seeing all the success that my students are seeing, that I'm seeing, and everyone else who's using this thing correctly. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it, okay? I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to win in this era of AI with YouTube, all right? Because it's a very specific way you should be using your AI, which most people are not. Literally only 5% of people are. And I know exactly who is because I can tell how they distinguish themselves with their channel and their content, right? So what's happening now is the majority of these AI channels are mass producing videos that look exactly the same. It is a cookie cutter, copy paste, rinse and repeat process with no taste, no class, and no actual thought process put behind these videos when they're getting created, right? It's all about the speed to implementation while forgetting that all of this thing actually requires, proper research, the ideation process, the research process, the scripting process. There has to be some sort of system, at least thought and then system behind it. Otherwise, it's just going to basically blend in with the rest of the slop that's out there, which is not getting views. And so if you have one of those channels that's not getting views right now, it's likely you're falling into these traps. So I'm going to share with you what they are today. And if you're falling into these, then at least I can bring you to a level of awareness where you can understand what you're doing wrong, and then you can fix it and do what's right. All right, guys, I'm going to unveil everything for you guys in this video. I'm going to skip right to it. You guys, if you need an introduction from who I am, just watch any other video, go to my school community, research me online. You can see exactly who I am and the authority that I have to speak on this topic. So this flood creates viewer fatigue. This is the biggest issue, all right? When I talk about market saturation, usually that's because of its incongruency with market fatigue, viewer fatigue. They're tired, they're exhausted of watching the same content over and over. One person does it, right? They kill it, and then 50,000 other creators go and copy the exact same thing, but they often do it worse and worse and worse. So that entire industry or market or niche ends up getting completely fatigued because the interest is still there, but the the demand and the creation for it is actually it's garbage. It's garbage content, so that it basically just destroys the entire niche and creates a saturation that we all see. And this is where we insert market sophistication. So I'm going to teach you guys how to sophisticate the market. Now, the reason why this happens is because everything ends up looking alike. That's the main key, all right? Anything with uniqueness, personality, or deeper value will immediately, always, in all cases, stand out, which rarely happens. And that's why these channels can do incredibly well, because they actually put the effort and time to understand how to do this and put the effort to figure that out. So I'm going to break down how you can avoid the AI slop pile, which most people do, and position yourself as the rare 1% who build real sustainable channels. Right? We're not here to make a few $1,000s today, tomorrow, a month from now. We want to make tens of thousands of dollars ongoing, in perpetuity, sustainably, predictably, scalably, etc., whatever kind of word you want to use. The point is you want to have an actual income stream you can trust and rely on and lean on, so you can eventually quit your jobs. So you can eventually use this as a investment portfolio, an investment strategy, right? It's not going to happen if you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping things stick. If you're chasing these trends and fads, which die over time, right? You don't want to be doing that, all right? So the point here, guys, everybody's seen this stuff, AI slop, all right? Everybody has seen this AI slop with like the revenge stories, Revenge Road, the Groom's Chronicles. Like basically it's like one slide, one image of somebody talking an AI avatar, really awful AI voiceover, horrible AI scripts, and you just post 5 to 10 a day. That is AI slop, and everyone's trying it out still. Why are you guys still trying this stuff out? It doesn't work. It's not going to work. And even if it works now, it's not going to work forever, so you're just creating something with an imminent death. So what you should be looking at is something that has a strong brand identity, right? Bold thumbnail identity, like things where you can see it, recognize it, it stands out, it creates some sort of recognition patterns. You can relate to it. There's value. Basically a real channel, aka a real business, right? So I'll dive deeper into this channel, some other examples as well. But the point is, when people zig, you zag. This is what I teach my students. When somebody zigs, you zag. So when you see everybody going in one direction, that's often the point in time where you should probably zag into the next. Doesn't mean switch niches. It means do it a little bit differently, because if there's a flood of content being sent in one direction, then very likely it's going to get saturated, right? The market fatigue, the viewer fatigue will eventually catch up. And so it's your responsibility to notice that preemptively, of course, and find a new direction, find a new angle, whether it's changing the editing style, the scripting style, the voiceover style, the thumbnail style. Find a way to innovate it, right? So it's a little bit different. Now, of course, this is all subjective to the niche and where it's at in this kind of rise and fall. Because every single niche starts out fantastic, right? And then it gets very saturated at the top, and then it falls back down to the point where it's fully saturated, and you have to find a new way to get it back on the uptrend. So it depends where it's at in this kind of like paradigm here. Most people will want to actually copy closely at the beginning. But if you see that copying closely is not garnering any results, then that's an indicator that it's reached its kind of peak. And when it reaches this peak, that's a good sign, a good indicator for you to find, again, a new identity, a new approach for that niche. And we'll talk about that, all right? But basically, at that point, the saturation becomes leverage for you, right? So what is the real problem here? The real problem is that creators think that AI, this is a big one, AI is some golden ticket. And I get this a lot because people come to me on a daily basis. They're like, I heard that you're now doing YouTube with AI, and I never knew you could do that before. And that sounds really cool. It's innovative, it's fun, it sounds cheap and easy and this and that. Guys, they use it like a vending machine, right? It means that just plug in a simple prompt, something super simple, spit out a generic script, and then pair it with a really generic AI voiceover as 10,000 other people have done, slap some stock footage over and call it a day. The amount of people that show me these videos exactly like this is actually, it's disheartening. It's uncomfortable, right? And this is the issue with YouTube, why people are literally screaming from the rooftop saying YouTube is a scam and it's not working, you're too late and it's saturated. Why are there like hundreds of thousands of channels popping up in the last 1 to 3 months that are making tens of thousands of dollars? And why are there hundreds of thousands of other channels that are also not doing anything? It's because there's some people who actually know exactly what to do, what YouTube wants, what their audience wants, and how to create content that converts and provides value. And there's others who are lazy, who choose to take the road that's, the road that's paved with a lot more resistance and, all these barriers you have to cross because you're creating your own self-resistance, right? You're actually withholding yourself from succeeding by thinking you're doing the easier thing. When in reality is if you just set a strong foundation and did things correctly and did the right research and understood your avatar and created content that people wanted to watch, you wouldn't have these issues and you'd fall in with the 1 to 5% of people that are actually succeeding, right? So the results of this is that the viewer experience ends up being like a deja vu. They've already seen it a million times, right? They leave bored and annoyed. And the thing is when people get annoyed, they don't come back. And that's the issue where people are actually, like you're losing viewers that never come back. YouTube sees that and they punish you for it. They will 100% punish you for it, right? This kind of comes like a copy-paste factory. Like I said, everything is the literally exact same replica of each other. So you have to find ways to distinguish yourself, right? Things that sound robotic. I already saw this. Why am I watching this again? That's the typical viewer journey these days with this AI slop. That's what people are absolutely hating on it. So I don't teach AI slop. I don't do AI slop. None of my students do that stuff. We utilize AI in specific ways, right? I'm going to show you what we do and how we do it. But specifically, I want to talk about something that we call the 3 waves of AI content. So you understand how everything has been evolving with AI. So basically, the novelty period was 2023 early when AI was basically new and coming out and ChatGPT was like kind of mass market and stuff like that. So it was new. Even basic outputs like fascinated viewers, simple text to video content was just like surfacing the internet. People were crazy and getting really curious about it. That was the beginning, the novelty period. Then it leveled out to saturation, right? It kind of came to the peak, right? So the novelty basically wore off. And spammy AI content flooded YouTube. Viewers became completely numb. Same voices, same templates, same top 10 habit titles. Everything was the same. It was literally copy and paste, which is different channel names. So that's when YouTube started demoting the slop. Now, insert wave number 3, which is the sophistication period. This is the now and the future. All right. The next winners, the next runner-ups aren't anti-AI. It's not about going backwards and removing AI. It's about being smart with it. All right. It's about being smart with AI. It's about blending human creativity with AI efficiency and creating content that feels original, yet able to be produced at scale. That's the key, guys. And the issue is that most of you watching this video are stuck in wave 2. All right. And if you can step into wave 3 early enough, as in now and yesterday, literally, you will be able to lap the competition of the people that are just so lazy and so unaware of what direction they need to go. It's so easy to win, guys. That's why this whole video is literally called like YouTube is so easy right now, because if you just know what to do and what not to do, where to look and where to insert your efforts and develop certain skill sets, you will succeed. You will succeed. All right. So here's how you can, guys, move over into the 3rd wave using the 3 pillars, right, on how to use AI the right way. There's a lot of them, but I've kind of condensed into the 3 main ones. I didn't want this to be too long of a video. I just wanted to bring awareness. Really, truly, just bring awareness to the topic, all right? So pillar number 1 is the brand avatar. I think this gets overlooked way too much, right? Because faceless channels are fine, but faceless does not mean soulless. And that's the issue with all these channels and everyone creating them. They're literally soulless. There's nothing behind them. There's no personality. There's no humor. And if there is, it's awful. It's just a copy, paste, rinse, and repeat, robot created video that's mass produced. And for some reason, people still do watch them per se, but they're not sustainable. They never actually last. And YouTube hates them. So they'll probably either shadow ban you, they'll remove them, or they'll demonetize you. So either way, it's a lose-lose situation. An avatar is essentially a consistent persona that carries out your channel's identity, opinions, and style, right? You need an avatar, and you don't have to have an avatar with a person. It doesn't have to be a physical person. You can create an avatar around a personality channel like this. Here's a channel that's done really good, right? Look at the brand identity. Look at the color palette. Look at the scheme. Look at the actual emblems and the text and the fonts and the colors. There's a theme, there's a persona, right? There's an identity here that's repeatable. And I'll show you in the video, for example.
Stop scrolling. Your thumb is already hovering over her chat bubble, about to fire off that one last text you swear will fix everything. But before you do, ask yourself this: why does a message you haven't sent yet already feel humiliating? In the next...
So everything here, as you can see, there's a style, there's an editing style, there's a music that's kind of a staple to them, the voiceover that's consistent, that's actually nice and engaging, it sounds like a human, it's fitting for the niche. They have created essentially a persona/identity for the channel, which is what you need to do, all right? Another channel, for example, is this one, Aesthetic, right? You kind of seen this like monkey style education videos. Again, they have a style, a theme. There's an identity here. You can basically see this thumbnail and you can associate it directly to Aesthetic because this is the style that they have paved for themselves, the identity that they've chosen that people see, and it's consistent, right? This is the closest to getting to a personality channel that you possibly can, because you don't have to be a person, but you can have an identity, an avatar, and a persona, right? Which can help people identify a specific thumbnail style or a voice or something to you, right? That relatability and also that resemblance, right? So that just they can factor, or they can basically remember or identify you based on specific key, again, words, colors, palettes, themes like this as a cartoon. So all these different things are what create identity. Another example is this one, Airport Tips and Tricks. Again, you can look at the thumbnails and they're very unique to this channel. Same thing as the voiceover, same thing as the text on screen. It's a style, it's a persona, it's a theme, it's a aura that they've kind of created, which is unique to them. This is the closest you can get to being a personality channel in 2025 by actually just not making a copy, paste, and cookie cutter, but creating unique factors that distinguish you from the competition. That's the main thing, all right? So people follow people. And in this case, it's not people, but it's the closest to what people are, right? Not templates, right? Even if your avatar isn't real, the personality that you craft is. It turns a forgettable channel into a character-driven story. There's a lot of faceless channels that I would watch preferably over a personality channel because of the effort, the animations, the voiceover, like there's something, there's a presence to the channel that makes me prefer it over a personality. And it's powerful, which just shows the potential of what these channels can do. All right, so now the second thing is effective AI implementation. Now this basically applies to all areas of using AI. I'm just going to specifically speak on script writing, and you can kind of take the same philosophy and transcend it and apply it to basically everything that you do with AI. So for my students, we use AI script writing, AI voiceovers, AI thumbnails, and that's about it. Sometimes topic ideation, but not fully, just kind of like brainstorming topic ideation, the thumbnails, the descriptions, and a little bit of titles, again, kind of collaborating with AI, not using AI. But I just want to give you guys just one example, which is script writing, about how important it is to use AI correctly, okay? So using AI and using AI effectively are two completely different, separate things, different worlds, okay? So for example, going to ChatGPT and saying, write me a 10-minute script on how medieval people survive winters. Make it interesting, funny, and optimize for virality. Now, this sounds stupid. It sounds like I kind of just typed this in just for the sake of the video. No, this is me taking this from somebody who brought me their video and said it didn't work. It flopped. Why did it flop? So when we reverse engineered what they did, they said they scripted it with ChatGPT. So I went to the ChatGPT and said, show me the prompt that you use. And this is literally verbatim what I copied and pasted. So you are crazy for thinking that ChatGPT will actually give you something of value, something that'll convert, something people want to watch. Because the thing is, guys, just to put it bluntly, AI is stupid, and it's not actually stupid. But the thing is that if it's not prompted correctly, AI is stupid. AI is only good as its prompts. That's just, you have to understand AI, how it works. We as humans can use AI because it's very simple to use. But the thing is that the AI is extremely advanced, actually, and it requires correct prompting, very hyper-specific prompting. Right? So if you don't have that skill, if you don't understand how to use AI correctly, you're going to do this stuff, and it's just not going to work out. You're not going to get a single good result. Your videos are not going to go anywhere. So it's your responsibility to prompt it correctly. All right? So for example, here's what I prompt my videos like. This is our prompt. All right? Now, if you want to take this, go ahead. You can take a screenshot now. Or you can actually just press the first link in the description to join our free school community. There's over 6,000 members, almost 7,000 members. I have a free course you guys can go through with all the information, it's a mini course. Of course, it's going to get you guys started, tons of great information. But if you head on over here to AI content creation, you can see my free script prompt that I've created. I've had so much results and testimonies from this thing alone. It's a lifesaver because, again, the scripting process of your video is extremely essential for actually getting results, guys. So without proper prompting, you will get generic, soulless scripts, which are the lifeblood, like I said, of your videos, all right? The third thing is the value-first ideology that you all need to understand deep in your bones, all right? Forget the whole post-daily ideology because spam doesn't scale. What matters here is whether viewers leave your video better off than when they clicked. That is what is called value. Right? Because I always tell my students, they always say, can I post more videos? Post more videos. You can post more videos, 1,000%. But the thing is that you have to make sure that your frequency, the amount of videos that you're posting, the volume, is always in perpendicular, always matching the quality. You cannot scale volume and compromise quality. It can't go like this. You can only move like this. Right? So if your volume, the amount of videos goes up, you have to maintain the quality. And if you do that, then that's perfectly fine. You can post a video a day, you can post 5 videos a day, but you can never compromise quality because the root of why your videos even deserve to get viewed and do get viewed is simply because there's an exchange of value, right? You gave the viewer what they were asking for. You gave YouTube what they were asking for: viewership, entertainment, watch time, session time, right? That's what YouTube wants. It's a business at the end of the day, right? At the root of it is a business. So the point here, guys, is you'll actually do better off publishing fewer videos. You'll be much more of a trusted brand, right? 2-3 uploads a week. That's what everyone starts off with. Not 7 throwaways. Don't do throwaway content, right? Post good content. Be intentional about everything. Why? Is because YouTube does not reward volume alone. It rewards retention, watch time, brand loyalty, and the quality plus value equals long-term growth. That's how it all works, guys. That's how it all works, all right? So now, there's few mistakes you need to all avoid, which is almost a summary of everything I mentioned, right? Stop blending in with everyone else. Don't have a generic avatar. Don't over-rely on AI, right? Because AI is a tool for video creation, not a replacement. Don't have AI that replaces everything. We use it as a tool efficiently, all right? Ignoring your audience. Listen to the audience research and the sentiment, all right? For example, you can come over here and you can literally use this NextLev program. If you guys don't have NextLev, by the way, I don't know what you're doing. First of all, go here to my classroom. Go to tools over here and click on the NextLev here and use this code if you want to save 20%. If you don't want to use it, that's perfectly fine. It's like $13 a month. Get this plugin. It is so powerful. So for example, you can click over here, click Analyze Comments, right? And this thing will use AI to do a sentiment analysis. Essentially, it'll analyze the sentiment, meaning the emotions of how people are responding to these videos, and it'll give you it'll spit out an outcome, right? It'll spit out determining emotional sentiment. So, for example, 83% positive, 17% negative. And it's going to give you different video ideas that you can get from the comments. Because who are the people that are commenting? Those are viewers. Those are ideal viewers, people who engage, people who watch and engage, the most ideal viewer possible. So listen to them. Don't do videos that you want to do. Don't do videos that you think would work. Do videos on what people want to watch. And the best place is to find in the comments. So you can literally go over here, see what viewers liked, what viewers disliked. You'll see different AI generated topic ideas based on the sentiment. And if you could take 5, 10, 15, 20 videos, take the sentiment of all those videos and then come up with different ideas. And again, what to do, what not to do, and how to create your videos that are better, right? Because it's going to say, I didn't like when in this video that they did this, or it was too long, or I didn't like the music and the voiceover. You can basically take all that information and apply that to your channel and do what people like and what they don't like. Or obviously don't do the stuff they don't like, but remove that, right? And this is how you build a proper channel with longevity. It's like you're speaking to the people. It's like you're listening to them and speaking to them, right? It's very powerful. And then last thing is value first publishing, right? Don't dump this slop on your viewers. Don't dump slop and expect views, all right? Because YouTube punishes sameness, likeness, right? Avoiding these traps puts you ahead of 90% of creators. I argue 95, 98% of creators, to be honest. Because every creator right now has two paths, right? You could focus on spam bullshit, content, chasing trends, leading to short-term gains and potential, very likely, channel death, right? Like these guys over here, which all their channels are basically dead. Or you can build trust, add value, and use AI to build a sustainable business. That's the only two options, guys. So your decision today will shape whether you're one of the 99% who fade away or the 1% who build a lasting digital empire. Guys, that's all there is with this. Use AI efficiently, effectively, learn how to use it. It's a high-income skill set you'll learn. It'll pay you forever. And if you refuse to, you will be part of the 99% who get wiped away. You lose your money on this business. You talk bad about this business like it's a scam. There's so much evidence that proves this is not a scam. You just don't know how to do this correctly, and it's fine. So if you don't want to do this alone and you don't want to fall into the 99%, you can reach out to someone like me and we can work together. We can guide you all the way to success. We can accelerate those learning curves, right? And if you don't want to pay someone to work with you one-on-one, hand in hand, just click the first link in the description, join the free school community, come in here. I teach for free as well. I give you my course for free. And if this doesn't get you to your end goal and you feel like you need more, then you can reach out to me personally. We'll work one-on-one and I guarantee success within 6 months. All right. So if you're also lost on what niche to do, because everyone talks about niches, I'll put a video, one here, left or right. It's about like the best niches to start now. If you watch that video and you're still unsure, you're out of luck. You're out of luck. It's a 1 hour video with the best niches and so much gold nuggets. So I'll see you guys in the video, or I'll see you guys in the course, or I'll see you guys in a one-on-one call to potentially work with us and see if it's a good fit. Thanks for watching the video, guys.